What is media's role in music? It seems like a simple question, but it's really not. It's not a question that just has one answer. There's not really any specific right answer to it. It is kind of a complicated question if you actually think about it. There's a lot of different parts of the music making process and releasing music and the entire everything surrounding music. Media plays a very large role through all of it because media does influence the writing itself. Some of the songs that we'll be playing during this documentary, all of these songs actually, are not songs I typically make for very specific reasons because of the media. Media has influenced me to believe that the songs that I've been making for this specific documentary, that the songs that are in this, my summer songs EP, I've almost been influenced to think that these songs are cheating because these lyrics and the melodies and everything that's going on is so easy for me that it just feels like cheating. And because they follow very simple, normal things in pop music, it feels like cheating. But I made it. I didn't cheat for any of the process. So why does it feel like cheating sometimes? Media is also a big part of releasing music, of course. When you're a small artist, how you market your stuff is incredibly important. That can change, that can affect your entire career. And if you think about any large artists you know, you can think of some way that they've had to market themselves, which is directly part of the media. They have a presence on social media, they have a presence in the media, and it is important. Without the media, there really isn't music. The media can often influence the things that you do, and this applies to really everything. Music is just one thing that it applies to, but it applies to so many things. But the media can make you think that what you're writing, because it follows such a basic pattern, because it follows a tried and true method, it almost feels like you're cheating. It almost feels like it's not as authentic. But if you are doing it and you're making everything, like I've done with all these songs, it's not really cheating. And that's also something that I've had to deal with. I've had to come to terms with that. These are the songs I like to make. So why have I not been making them? Young Dumb Desires should have been the first song that played. When I made that song, I actually sat down, and when I wrote that song, I wrote it almost out of spite. Not really. I wrote it to kind of prove that writing a song can be easy. But it's not easy for everybody. Those songs are easy for me to write. Does that just show talent, or does that show that I learned how to hack the system? Or is it both? Because if you think about your popular artists and some of the really popular songs, they follow very similar chord progressions, and their lyrics can often be pretty similar, but they're successful. So clearly, even it's not cheating when you make it. It's not like you're using a computer to make these songs. It's not like you're generating these songs. Somebody is still making them. And in terms of these popular artists, even if it's not the artists themselves doing the production, somebody's making it. So clearly it's not cheating, it's just a knowledge of the system. But the media can almost make you think that in a way it's cheating. How you market your songs is a very big part of the process. And one of the first things you can probably think of, when you think of a song, you may, if you are going to think of an image, you're probably going to think of what they used when they released it. They're probably going to think of that title image, that image they used for the album, which I'm actually on my way to do right now. There's thought put into them because that's the first thing somebody sees. The first thing that somebody's gonna see when they see your song, they're either gonna immediately see the title and the name of the song, or they're gonna see that image. The other question, what effect does that primary image have on the song? The answer is a lot. Because if somebody sees that image and they're drawn into the song or drawn into the album, that's its purpose. It emulates the feeling of the songs. It emulates what you're going for, what the artist wants you to feel. It's a very big part of it. And it's just a staged picture leaning against a tree or something, listening to music, doing something. For a Summer Songs EP, what do you think of for an image? Because I'm sure you think of something. And the fact that you think of something shows the effect that media makes you think of summer songs. And if I tell you to think of a summer song, you're gonna think of something. And the fact that you're thinking of something shows that media is influencing what you think of different songs. When I say think of a summer song, you may think those songs are cheating, those songs are basic, those songs feel nice to listen to, those songs are boring. You could think anything about them, but that's media's influence on you and how you perceive these songs. But then you have that problem. If somebody views what you're making as cheating or as simple, how can you get around that? Should you even worry about getting around it? That's a tough question. Oftentimes, everything you see is staged and nothing is real. And especially even the shots in this documentary. Everything is staged. I'm trying to hold you at the same level. I'm trying to present it in a nice way. I could just hold it like this, and you're not going to enjoy this, but the importance of showing something like this is to show how staged everything is. You watch someone on the internet, and you often are thinking that they are so much different than you, when they're really the same. They're just a normal person doing the thing that they love. Maybe they're gaming the system and just trying to get money, but they're just a normal person. And they're trying to show themselves in a different way than you might see them in their average life. Getting a good picture is difficult. Getting something that fits the songs you're making is not always easy. Sometimes it comes easy. Sometimes you immediately picture what you want. Sometimes it's hard to get it looking good. This isn't a picture that I can just do on video. I'm gonna have to take my camera, end the video, go grab the picture. But I want to show what it's like to be going into that process and going in to get that staged photo for an EP that's just meant... I want to show what it's like to be going into that photo completely staged just for that Summer Song EP, just because I want somebody looking at the art and just seeing that picture and have an understanding of what the songs are gonna be. Because if I show you a picture of me just chilling in front of a tree, that's gonna make you picture something. probably roughly what I'm going for. But do I want it to be at night? Because that's a complicated question, because the time of day has a huge impact. The lighting is going to make a huge difference. In the final cut, I get the choice. I get to choose how to present myself. But there's an issue with there, isn't there? We all get to choose how we're presenting ourselves. So the way we are in the media and online is going to be different than how we are in our day-to-day life. Even if you're not trying to stage things and you're trying to be natural, you're still putting on a show and you're still changing something. Everything is still going to be staged. Almost all of us have some experience with staging something. Staging a post to put on Instagram. Staging something. Maybe some of us have had that time where we're posing for a picture to go in the newspaper or go online somewhere. We're staging something. Does it feel good to stage how you are? Doesn't necessarily feel bad. Is it wrong? Not really. It's a complicated question that through all of society, we've never really had to question it more. Throughout time, we've had to stage ourselves in some way. Today, we experience that in a unique way where we're dealing with that online. But even if you don't realizing it, you're staging something just walking down the street, because you know other people are seeing you. Right now, I'm walking by a bunch of cars. I'm about to walk onto a pretty busy street. It's not holding this camera up, videoing myself. Every time before I start one of these, I think I'm gonna look insane. We have to think about how we appear to other people. And when you're making music and releasing that and marketing your music, you're thinking about how other people are going to see it, how it's going to be viewed by other people. But also you have to think about how you want it to be viewed by other people. Just like how we have to think, how do we want ourselves to be viewed by the people around us? It's an interesting thing to explore. And it's an interesting thing to think about. Because I hope asking these questions can almost make you, next time you see something, you're going to think about that and think, the next time you see an artist that you love put out something new with that title cover art, I hope you're now going to think about what they had to do that and how staged that is. But also, just because it's staged doesn't make it a bad thing. I feel like in media and just in general, we often see staging as a bad thing. Like we're trying to hide parts of ourselves and make other people view us in this very particular way. But I think we lose track of the fact that we all do it. None of us are special. I'm staging right now, holding up a camera in a very particular angle, even though it's killing my arm. We do it for the video, we do it for the likes, we do it for some reason, but we're often not being authentic. It's hard to be authentic. And when you're dealing with music, sometimes when writing music and making music, you have to think. Even if you don't want to think that way, you're gonna oftentimes end up thinking, am I being authentic? Am when you're making music, sometimes you'll be thinking, is this really who I am? Is this music authentic? Music isn't hidden from the media. It is wrapped around media. The media has a tight hold on everybody and everything. And that's kind of scary, but there's nothing we can really do about it. I think you have to accept the fact that everybody around you is masking. They're staging something about themselves. They're probably hiding something. And it's not necessarily wrong. But we also have to take a step back and remember we're doing the same thing. These are really unique problems that as a species we've never really had to deal with, because the media and online presence is such a unique thing that isn't equivalent to anything else in history. At the end of the day, all music is staged in some way, and the media kind of has a tight hold on it, but the media has a hold on all of us, and we kind of have to remember that, and we almost have to think about that all the time. We have to make sure that it doesn't consume us, even though it's always going to have a hold on us. And when making music and doing all of that stuff, it's just as important to remember that.
In the moonlight, I'm getting lost in your eyes. From first sight, I just had to make you mine. And when the night grows cold, you're the one I hold. And when the light all fades, we stand and softly sway. We're turning while our hearts beat together in time. We're burning, still learning how to love. And in the end, it's always us against the world. It's us against the world, the world. When the clock ticks and it's striking, when it's striking dawn, I'll be waiting where we first knew we were doing something wrong. We're turning while our hearts beat together in time. We're burning, still learning how to love. And in the end, it's always us against the world. It's us against the world, the world.
Everything is staged. When you're being shown something, someone's choosing to show it to you.